Boys and girls, this is going to be a very quick and straight to the point review of the new Pro Fitness folding workout bench from Argos. I was very lucky to be able to get my hands on one of these. It's sold out everywhere within hours of its release. There's such a high demand for these products at the moment, with gyms being shut and all. The main selling point on this piece of equipment is the price. It's only £160, and if you've been looking to buy any weights or just gym equipment in general, you'll know that that's an absolutely amazing price. So everything you're seeing here is included in that price. The 5-foot metal barbell bar and 50 kilograms of weights. It has 2 dumbbell bars, an adjustable preacher armrest, and it also has a leg extension and leg curl attachment. So here are the 5 kilogram weights. You get 6 of them, and you also get 8 of these smaller 2.5 kilogram weights. It also comes with these safety clips. You actually get a whole bag of them, which is nice. So let's start out with the bench press. This is the reason you're here, this is the reason you bought this product. Gyms have been closed for what seems like a whole year now, and my chest is more deflated than a week-old helium balloon. The bar is about 5 to 10 kilograms, so in total I'm lifting a hefty 60 kilograms. As you can see, I'm a bit wobbly. That's not the bench, that's just because I haven't done any exercise in about a month. But overall, a good performance from the bench. It was sturdy and it did the job. My only criticism is when you go to re-rack the weights, and I'll cover that a bit later on in the video. So this is the pole you can use to adjust the incline of the bench. You just slip that into one of the 3 holes on the side, and as you can see, it's a bit awkward to do by yourself, but I think it's fine, and I even think it's pretty amazing that it even has this feature in the first place. The pole has this little hook on it as well, so that it doesn't fly out from underneath you mid-set. I'm not sure how that would happen, but the more safety features, the better. One thing that annoyed me was that every time I adjusted the incline, the pole would take off these little black rings that were kind of put inside of the holes to protect them, I guess. I ended up just removing them all anyway because they just kept falling off. Speaking of safety features, there are these pins that you can use to stop the bar from rolling off or coming loose, which is a nice touch. I'll probably keep them on whilst I'm not using it. So these are the dumbbell bars. They're made from metal, so they're nice and strong and durable. Now we've got a closer look of the leg extension slash curl attachment. You obviously put the weights on this bit here. The preacher pad is also adjustable. It's currently on the max height, but you can take it down a notch or 2 by unscrewing this bit. So now we're testing out the incline bench press. This uses the 20-degree hole, which is the one in the middle, and again, during the exercise everything's fine. It's just at the end when you put the bar back, you have to kind of bend your arms and use your triceps because the weight rack is so close to your head. This is even more emphasized when I put the bench to the max incline using the 30-degree hole. My face is basically touching the bar. Literally there's no way that I'm going to be able to get that weight off the ground. You can see me trying to reposition, but I quickly realized that death was a serious possibility at this point, so I used my better judgment to take some of the weight off the bar. Now I'm not saying that I'm weak, don't think that I'm weak, okay? I just like my neck not being crushed by a 50 kilogram bar. So I've been storing the unused weights in a box because you get all of these little black specks on your hand after you touch them, and I didn't want that going on the carpet. This is probably just because they're new, so I'm probably going to wipe them down and hopefully that fixes that. So with less weight and a slightly bruised ego, we're back on the incline. You can kind of see how unnatural it looks lifting the weights up. I basically have to do a skull crusher movement as the holders are slightly behind my head at this point. Same thing for putting them back down, and obviously it's not ideal after you've just done your set and you're a little bit fatigued. Moving on to the leg bits. As you can see, you can fit around 4 weights on there, maybe 5 if you're using these small ones. I'm starting off light to make sure nothing goes wrong. As you can tell, I look pretty stiff. I don't know if I'm too tall for this or something, and I'm only 6 foot by the way, so I'm not even that tall, but my feet kept sliding against the floor, which isn't optimal. I tried laying back a bit to see if that would help, and that just hurt my abs. Bumping the weights up now, we're using the 5 kilogram ones. So we've got 4 of them on, and it looks like this is about the max that it can handle. Most gym goers would consider this fairly light, myself included, but I actually felt a decent burn, and obviously this exercise is quite hard to mimic at home without any equipment, so I'll definitely be using it regularly. Leg curls were a similar kind of situation. Again, I'm not weak. I know my legs are fairly skinny, but believe it or not, I can handle 20 kilograms. The problem with this one was that my quads were getting buried into the corner of the bench, and it was quite uncomfortable. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but despite that, it was a decent workout. Moving on to the preacher curls. I didn't really know the best method for picking the weight up, so I kind of just bench pressed it onto my lap. The preacher pad actually worked really well, and I was able to get a full range of motion, which I was a bit skeptical about given that the leg extension attachment was there. It possibly could have been in the way, but then again you can remove that, so either way it should have been fine. Using a slightly heavier weight, you can see that the bench is kind of wobbling around. With all the weight concentrated to this end of the bench, the top bit became a bit unstable. So you have to really do your reps in a slow and controlled manner, or else you'll be swinging around left, right and centre. Now I've set this up in the upstairs of my house, so I can't just throw the weights on the ground like you do in the gym. So it meant it was a little bit finicky getting the bar off me, but you know, I managed it. This is me just doing a little test to see if I can do sit-ups on it. It looks like I'm really struggling, which, you know, is a bit embarrassing, but at this moment in time I was more worried about smacking my head on the bar. I didn't want to take it off just to do one sit-up, so I just tried to do a sit-up with the bar being there. It kind of got in the way and I had to duck underneath it, but yeah, sit-ups are definitely viable. Time to test out the dumbbells. The clips work really well. I was half expecting the weights to just slide off and take out my kneecap, but they didn't do that, so yeah, I'm glad about that. Next time I do these, I'm definitely going to remove the leg extension attachment because this was just getting in the way. A closer look at the dumbbells. You know, they work just fine, just like normal dumbbells. They're both 10 kilograms. The one on the left is made from 2 5-kilogram weights, and the one on the right is made from 4 2.5-kilogram weights. Using the 2.5s is definitely better because they're a lot smaller and they don't get in the way as much. Finally, it's not called the folding workout bench for nothing. If you unscrew this and this, you can fold it up. Here's me taking the leg attachment off, by the way. To fold it up properly, I think you need to take the barbell off. I'm not entirely sure, and I don't plan on folding it up, but this is what it will look like. So yeah, that's about it. It's a great product, absolutely unreal price, really happy with it. I definitely recommend if you aren't able to go to the gym at the moment. But for me personally, I'd still rather go to the gym when I can. This is more of a temporary measure. So yeah, see ya.